Everybody's a terrorist today. I mean, you just have to hold up a protest sign and they call you a terrorist. You call a boycott, you're a terrorist. You know, Obama was called a terrorist by the Republicans. You know, the word means absolutely nothing anymore. You know, anybody who disagrees with anybody can just call that person a terrorist, and almost everybody suddenly freaks out. I think the thing is who gets to call the person the terrorist first wins. Well, I don't know if what we do is really direct action. See, I set Sea Shepherd up not to protest, but to intervene against illegal activities. So we're really an anti-poaching organization. And everything we do, we take a particular international law and enforce it. Our oceans are dying. We've already removed 90% of the fish from the oceans, and we're continuing to exploit them. And in fact, they're investing in extinction. Mitsubishi has built warehouses, refrigerated warehouses, to store bluefin tuna in. The more bluefin tuna they get into the warehouses, the less there are in the ocean. The less there are in the ocean, the greater the value of the commodity in the warehouses. They're literally investing in extinction, because when they wipe out the bluefin, the only bluefin left will be a 10-year supply in a Mitsubishi warehouses, which they'll be able to set their price on, and they'll make billions of dollars. These people do not care. They only care about one thing: making money. You know, we shouldn't be protesting, we should be intervening. We should be trying to stop them from doing what they're doing, not saying, no, you can't do it. You say, you will not be doing it. And so you directly intervene. What we're doing with the Japanese whaling fleet is speaking the language they understand, profit and loss. We make sure that their losses exceed their profits. That's the only thing they understand. You're not going to reach them through education or through compassion. You're only going to reach them through their pocketbook. That's the only thing they will ever understand. Economics is always the key to any enterprise. Well, we sink vessels that are engaged in illegal activities, 2 in Iceland, 4 in Norway, 2 in South Africa, 1 in Portugal, 2 in Spain. Well, we don't sink ships with people on them. They're always empty. There's nobody on board the ships when we sink them. We've been doing what we've been doing since 1977, and that entire time I've never had anybody convicted of a felony, we've never been sued, we've never injured anybody, we've never had anybody injured. And that's, I think, because we have a strategy and rules of engagement. Our rules of engagement is we don't hurt anybody and we don't break any felony laws. But what we do is uphold international conservation law. So it's really having a well thought out plan which makes it work. I got some blue warrant put out by Japan, but doesn't mean anything. Nobody bothers me about it. It's no different than the Dalai Lama. He's got the same thing. Because, in a world where the Dalai Lama is officially a terrorist, as declared by China, then it doesn't really mean anything anymore, does it? So I'm free to travel anywhere I want.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Who are the real criminals? The human species. There used to be a cartoon character in the U.S. that said, "We've met the enemy and it is us." I mean, we're the real criminals. We're out of control. The whole damn human race is out of control. Too many people consuming too many resources, violating the basic laws of ecology, the law of diversity, that we need a diversity of species to survive. We need interdependence of those species. That's the second law, the law of interdependence. And third, the law of finite resources, that there's a limit to growth, a limit to carrying capacity. And each and every one of us violates those laws. And there's no species in the history of this planet that's ever survived by breaking those laws. So we better get our house in order or we're not going to survive. The fact is that we're going to lose more species of plants and animals between 2000 and 2065 in a 65-year period than we've lost in the last 65.2 million years. And we're in the midst of a major extinction event, and it's even got a name called the Holocene because we're responsible for it. This is a serious situation. Just this last week, China has exceeded the United States as a major energy consumer on the planet. 20 years ago, China was a poor nation. So, there is no poor and rich. There's rich and people who want to be rich. Nobody wants to be poor. And the only way we're going to solve this problem is by diminishing our consumption of resources, not by increasing our consumption. So in fact, the developed countries should be looking more to lowering their lifestyles instead of the developed countries trying to raise their lifestyles. But that's not going to happen because human nature is basically selfish. We're just really a bunch of monkeys out of control. And we all want the most for ourselves. Really, when you talk about any human being, it's about me. And I don't know if that's going to change. you know, people justify destroying the oceans because, well, I got to feed my family. They justify destroying the forest because, well, I got to get a new TV set for my kids or something like that. Everybody's got a justification, and that justification is what's going to destroy us. It takes 15 to 20 million years for the planet to recover from a major extinction event, but the planet has time. We don't. So this is really about saving ourselves. Are we intelligent enough to save ourselves or not? And of course, it's like going down on the Titanic, taking all the other passengers with us, all these other species that'll go extinct because of our ecological stupidity.